Hello, boys. This is your second social studies lesson for this week. And this is based on the activity book and also your activities. I know I don't have the activity book up on the screen right now, but I have a little activity for us to do together on here, right? So before we get to page 51 of your activity book, I want you to have a look at my screen and follow as we go along. So I'm going to hop onto page resources and I'm going to go to government responsibilities, right? So on the screen, this should look very familiar because we do this in class quite often. It's an interactive little lesson. So in the previous lesson, we went over things like that, and I revealed some of what these are, right, in terms of our little options on the side. So we have a reveal option, but I'm not going to do that. We are going to do this step by step. So if we have a look at the top left-hand picture, which is this one over here, we see a girl laying in bed, and we've got someone taking a temperature, I think. So she might be in hospital, and this might be a nurse. So this is concerning recreation, transport, education, utilities, healthcare, or safety. Which one do you think? If you're in hospital, you are concerned about your health. So then we know that it is healthcare. So it says the Ministry of Health provides hospitals and healthcare services for all citizens. Next over here, we have firefighters. And if there's a fire, we aren't safe, right? So firefighters, like I mentioned in the previous lesson when we did the content from the student book, we say that policemen, firefighters, and law courts keep us safe. So this has got to do with safety. It says safety, an important responsibility of the government is to protect its citizens over there. And the next, it looks like someone's writing on a chalkboard with some chalk. There's a red angle, a triangle, and it looks like she's forming a circle. So it looks like she's teaching someone something, and we know teaching's got to do with education. So education says the Ministry of Education is responsible for building schools and providing an education for all children. So education is very, very important. Next, we have water coming out of a tap into a glass. And I think I remember saying that we pay for utilities every month, and utilities involve water, electricity, and gas. So this would be utilities. So utilities, an important responsibility of the government is to supply water and electricity to its citizens. There we go. So exactly what we mentioned before. Over here, it looks like they're working on the roads. And what drives on the roads? Buses, cars. Soon we'll have the metro system here. So, and then also the Uber drivers and taxi drivers and things like that. So that all is an example of transport. So transport, the Ministry of Transport promotes road safety and maintains efficient travel routes. So without proper roads, transport is not going to work. You can't drive from home to school, or you can't drive from your home to the airport when you're going on vacation, when you're possibly going to Dubai or Bahrain or things like that. So it is important that the Ministry of Transport keeps the roads clear and clean. And lastly, we've got boy swinging on a swing that's made of tires, which is entertainment. We have activities to do, which involves recreation. So recreation, oopsie, what did I do? Sorry, boys. Let me just move that to the correct spot. There we go. So it says recreation. An important responsibility of the government is to provide parks, picnic areas, and other safe places where citizens can relax and have fun together. So recreation is all about things and activities that are fun for us to do together. So we'll submit, and it says all correct. Well done, boys. We've got all of them correct, and I'm sure you did too on your side because we've got it from the previous lesson. So the healthcare, safety, education, recreation, transport, and utilities. And remember that it is not just the government's responsible to keep our cities and our countries safe and clean and make it a place where we are happy. We also need to live properly, so make sure we don't litter, make sure we are kind to one another, we don't abuse the resources that are provided to us, we take care of things so that the next person can also use them. So that was a really fun activity, which I'm sure you enjoyed. I'm going to hop on to the next screen, which is page 51 for your activity book. So I'm going to stop this one so that the page can come up. Let me bring up that PDF. Here we go. So this one is page 51 of your activity book. So it says lesson 2, working for government. So you basically have to cross out the incorrect word in each of these. So let me just take my cross there. So we're going to use the X. And we're going to begin. Cross out the incorrect word in each sentence. A government has few or many responsibilities. From the previous lesson, we know that there's so many ministries, so that means the government has so much to do. They've got a lot of responsibilities, and a synonym for the word a lot is many, so which means few needs to be crossed out. Then B says the government does or does not provide money for services. If services are not paid for, it's not going to run, and the country won't run properly. So then we know that the government does provide money for services. So make sure you are Xing the correct words out. So people that break the law can become government officials, or people that break the law cannot become government officials. So let me give you an example. If I go to the store and I steal something, do you think I can work for the government? No, so I cannot become a government official because I'm a criminal. I've broken the law. So remember that government officials need to have certain qualities. They need to be honest. They need to be fair. They need to be well educated. They need to be a good citizens. And good citizens don't steal, they don't lie, and they don't break the law. Indeed, it says government ministries do work together to protect citizens, or government ministries do not work together to protect citizens. So from the previous lesson, you should remember that all of our ministries work together in order to make the country a better place for everyone. So government ministries do work. So we're going to cross out do not work together. If they did not work together, the country wouldn't be as amazing as it is. So on our next questions, we have order the statements 1 to 4. So we need to put numbers in over here. So it says firefighters must attain good grades at school. They must complete their training and pass their tests. They must learn to control and extinguish fires. They must be 18 years or older. So what do you say? Which is going to be number? Which will come first? They must attain good grades in school. They must be 18 years of age, or they must learn to control and extinguish fires. They must complete their training and pass their tests. So we know the job of a firefighter is to put out fires. So that would be they must learn to control and extinguish fires. So we know that this one would possibly be number 4. So we're working from the back, which makes it easier for you. They complete their training. That would be number 3, because once they complete the training, and then they can start learning how to put out fires. So between the first one and the last one over here, which do you think would be number 1 and which do you think would be number 2? So the basic criteria for someone to become a firefighter is they need to be a specific age. So we will say that this one is number 1. And then firefighters must attain good grades at school. I would place this at number 2. 81, they should be at least 18 years of age. They must have done really well at school. And then also they need to complete their basic training. And then they need to learn how to control and extinguish fires. So 1, 4, 3, 2 from the bottom, or from the top, it's 2, 3, 4, 1. Remember, this is page 51 in your activity book. And then number 3 is asking you to draw a picture of yourself working as a government official. I've simply placed a picture of myself working as a judge, and a judge that works in a court of law. So I've put a picture down there of a judge, which is a government official. I'm interested to see what you come up with and what your drawings would be. I know some of you want to become policemen, some of you might want to become firefighters, but perhaps so many other government officials, nurses, doctors, ministers, and things like that. So I'm interested to see what you're going to put on your page, and I am really looking forward to seeing what you have on your activity books. So thank you guys so much for tuning in. I hope to see you next time, and make sure to complete all of the work in your books. And make sure also to subscribe to the channel to keep up to date with all of the English and social studies lessons in case you have not signed on to the interactive lessons. I will see you next time, boys.